Hi, and welcome back to Pushbox Banter. I am Daniel.
And I'm Craig, and we're here to talk about F1 and all that implies. We're coming to you live after the Zandvoort Grand Prix, the last one that's there, at least on schedule.
That's right.
Yeah.
Will it ever come back, Craig?
I don't. Yeah, we do. We just don't know. We don't know if it's ever going to come back. I mean, there's a lot of different things there, but it's been a great run.
It has been. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who knows? It might come back at the end of the year or something.
I would think so, but I don't know. I think that there's more. I've had some sources talk to me about, some of the environmental concerns because it's next to a whole bunch of the sand dunes by the ocean, blah blah blah. Right? I don't know. We'll see. I hope that it does. I like the track, like it, but it's smaller than a lot of the other ones. Has an interesting history that goes back way far, but the race weekend itself. A lot of stuff going into it because we're coming off of summer break, and then a whole lot of cool stuff that happened during the race as well.
That's right, Craig.
And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Indeed.
So, Daniel.
So a major shakeup, Craig. We had Hajar mess up his wrist.
Yeah.
That caused a whole lot of shifts. Mm-hmm. Some seats opened up. Mm-hmm. Some faces we haven't seen in a while came in. But do you know how he messed up his wrist?
Tell me.
Yeah. So he was punching. He was
punching. I knew it was like a training exercise.
It was. Yeah. He was doing some boxing, and I guess he was doing some bag work and some pads. Mm-hmm. And woke up the next morning, had a hairline fracture.
Whoa!
And took a page from many of the greatest athletes and sat this one out.
Yeah. So don't get in front of Hajar when he's punching.
Right, exactly.
He'll break his wrist on you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, man. Yeah. So, domino effect.
Domino effect, yeah. We had Liam Lawson. He took the seat of, he took that second Red Bull seat. Mm-hmm. We had Yuki Tsunoda came back into the Racing Bulls to fill in Liam Lawson's seat. And so, a little domino effect. And I think this opened up a whole lot of questions. For me, the biggest question was, does this open up the door for Liam Lawson to go back to the Red Bull team?
Oh, that's a good question because, he was on the team, then he was off the team, and now here he is. They have a reserve driver in Yuki, but instead of putting Yuki on there, they put Liam Lawson on there, which is kind of interesting because last year, it was Yuki at the end. So, So Lawson, I mean, I think it's a little bit of he's been driving well. And he understands the car and understands the type of car that they are. And then maybe they weren't as sure about that with Yuki.
Yeah,
maybe they're also wanting to see does he have future with them?
I would have written him off as never driving a Red Bull again. And here we are.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense to me that they wouldn't put Yuki back, only because Yuki doesn't have experience with these cars, this new generation. And, of course, you have Arvid Lindblad, who's a little less experienced in the Red Bull and never sat in that seat.
Right.
So, really interesting times for Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
Flash forward, and in the race, he was a little reckless, maybe touched a little bit of, had some wheel-to-wheel action with his new teammate Max Verstappen, but
right. I mean, how could he dare to touch Max
I know.
Verstappen's car?
I was like, here we go. I mean, when I saw this, I thought it was like great drama to happen, and of course, they gave us that much.
Right.
We have a visitor here.
Yes, our third show host Tokyo is confirming with us that she agrees.
She agrees exactly
with Daniel.
Exactly. So, lots of unknowns with Liam Lawson and his future with the actual Red Bull team.
For Liam Lawson, though, it's really cool because, beginning of the season, a lot of questions, him getting demoted back to Red Bull, Racing Bulls, and then here he is, and he's going along, and Arvid Lindblad's racing better and scoring more points than him. And then he starts doing better. He starts picking it back up, right, and starts looking better and everything. So that's good for him because if he didn't do well this year, he's gone. Like, who else is going to take him? And also, there aren't a ton of seats opening up this next season.
That's right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Another question that opens up is, did we write off Yuki Tsunoda maybe too early?
I think we could not. Now, with that being said, during the race, he raced well. He's racing a car
Wow.
well, I mean, it's true. It's true. That's my opinion. But in the race, he's racing a car that he's never raced before, this configuration of vehicle. Like, he's actually not been out on the track in one before. And so he did really well.
Yeah, he did.
Overall. Like, he had a good weekend. And, yes, he was behind Lindblad. Yes, he was behind Lawson, but hey, he was competitive and he was close to getting some points, and he looked good. He had some good passes out there. Does it write off his career? Maybe, maybe not, but I think all of his past performance has already kind of sealed the deal for him. That's my own opinion.
No, that's an interesting take, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion with F1 for him. Yeah. And apparently Tokyo
agrees as well. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Right.
I think he had an opportunity at Racing Bulls for a very long time, and I think this was maybe, if he could have waited maybe just one more year in Racing Bulls to get promoted with the Red Bull team this season, that would have been great. But obviously he didn't get that opportunity.
Yeah.
Too bad for Yuki, but it's nice to see him back. I feel like he does bring a different energy to the grid. You see him, and I'm like, oh yeah, I miss him. And he's a pretty good driver. So
those are my opinions. However, maybe if because one of the seats that's probably going to be open is Ocon's seat, and they're backed with Toyota, Japanese based, right? So
that's right.
Yuki being from Japan. Maybe that's an opportunity for him. Maybe after seeing this race, they're like, hey, he drove pretty well. Maybe that's an option for him.
For sure. I think there are some openings for him. If it's not there, then, somewhere else for sure.
And that might be a good deal for Haas, getting somebody that's outside of their own little bubble.
Yes.
That's been in the Racing Bulls development and everything. Because Yuki's seen a lot. He's sharp.
Yeah.
He's also rumored to go to IndyCar next year.
Oh, that's great.
Possibly.
We'd love to have him here in the States.
Yeah. Yeah. Be cool. All right.
So also coming into the race, Aston Martin, they recently brought up an upgrade to the car, and during the summer break, brought an upgrade to the engine.
Yes.
So, going into the weekend, it seemed like that engine was having some problems. Do you think that they'll be able to overcome some of these issues with that engine? Is it too early to tell, or is there room to make some improvement there? And, what does that mean for the drivers? What does that mean for Alonso?
Well, it is interesting because the last couple of races, Alonso's had good races. I mean, for where they were.
Right.
It's obvious that they've made good strides forward. Is it enough to keep going? Is it, this type of race with Zandvoort, there's a lot of turns, a lot of coming in and out of corners and everything. He started off kind of at the back, didn't have the greatest quality, didn't have the greatest sprint race, but in the Grand Prix, he did well. He ended up scoring points.
That's right.
And he wasn't not just 10th, but scored a couple points. So that's great for him. Stroll didn't DNF'd. In quali, Alonso made it to Q2. Stroll was like 17th. I mean, not at the back of Q3. So, he made some improvements there, but there's still a long ways to go from what they were saying, that there's some issues within the unit itself, that they'd rather see those. I think Stroll's comment was that they'd rather see some of that worked out in Japan before it puts in the car in Monza.
That makes perfect sense.
So I think that we're not going to see like a real step forward for them in Monza, but just because it's a different type of track.
Yeah, I think Stroll was saying something along the lines of not good, it's a lottery. So you don't really know what you were getting with that engine, though it seems the chassis is there. Yeah. I think it means a lot for Alonso and for his future, because he is due to, in the next couple of weeks, make a decision on his contract. So
True.
This is the time, if indeed the Strolls want to keep him in that team, to obviously produce a performance, produce performance with that car. And I think this is the right step. It's just it has to work.
Yeah.
So
I think he's scheduled. Apparently he's scheduled to talk with Lawrence Stroll coming up this weekend or the next weekend in Monza. And so whenever he does that, there's probably going to be contract talks, possibility of a contract announcement before that, possibility of, in the months to come.
That's right.
It's hard to say. However, he's doing pretty well.
He is doing pretty well. So
he looks good in the car.
That brings up a question. What's your opinion on this, Craig? Should Alonso stay? Should the Lions stay with Aston Martin, or should he hang up his boots?
I think he should stay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that Aston Martin's going to keep getting better. I mean, you're just going to. You've got a ton of investment. I think they signed another investor this week. And then also you've got Adrian Newey. You know that they're going to get better. How much better? I mean, just with the engine upgrade, like he's now, middle of the pack.
That's right. They're making
a full year.
They're making
like,
progress.
Is he going to really step up and be one of the high middle of the packs and possibly pushing Red Bull out?
Or the Racing Bulls or something. Yeah, exactly.
Pushing Racing Bulls out and possibly challenging Red Bull.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility, and I'm sure Adrian Newey would love that.
Mm-hmm. I think the competitive nature of Alonso, if he physically still feels like he can drive, still enjoys it, he's around.
I think so. I think,
away.
Yeah, I'm with you. 100%. 100%. So the race happened, right? Mm-hmm. And there was some drama from, of course, the parties we would expect drama from, and that is Ferrari.
Yes.
Because, of course, only Ferrari can manage a pretty decent package and have the strategy be a public, meltdown. So
that is Ferrari being Ferrari.
That really is Ferrari being
Ferrari. It's part
Ferrari.
of that definition.
What a public drama. This is unreal, honestly. So there were some offset issues with Lewis and Leclerc, and obviously that caused some interesting calls, or maybe some calls that were ignored from Leclerc. There was a moment where Lewis had some hards and was trailing behind Leclerc. Leclerc was told to kind of go pit to allow Lewis that opportunity to go and make up some time. He was looking pretty fast. Of course, Leclerc didn't actually move and take the pit, and that caused a huge discomfort, I guess, for Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton was on the radio kind of bashing the team a little bit, saying, hey, great way of wasting time, guys. Like, way to go.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Lewis is 100% right. Yeah. That's what I think about it. Like, when you look at this, like, they played the strategy out to where he was going to be on like a longer stint on hard tires. They're not playing necessarily for the win, but he is in virtual first place at some point. But there were plenty of laps when he's closing in on Leclerc where they know that he's faster. They see the data.
Yeah.
They know he's faster. So get Leclerc out of there.
That's right.
Let him keep going. But for whatever reason, Leclerc just disobeys team orders and stays out another lap. It hurts his race. Hamilton ultimately benefits coming in fourth versus fifth. However, here's the thing. And here's what nobody's really talking about on this, is that because of that, like you think, oh, well, were his tires not as fresh? But later in the race, Lando Norris is passing Kimi Antonelli, and at the time, Hamilton's above him in the race, or above Antonelli. Norris passes him basically in the same lap. The next lap, we have the virtual safety car. Now, Hamilton takes advantage of that safety car. It ends up putting him and solidifying him in fourth position. However, if he had been able to have better strategy from the team, which is basically what Hamilton's alluding to the whole time and talking about, if they had had better in-race strategy, he would have ended up challenging for third and probably having third and been on the podium. And he would be in sole ownership of second place right now and the Drivers' Championship. So, Ferrari, yeah, they're being freaking Ferrari again.
Way to go. Well said, Craig. Because that's exactly what my next question was going to be to you.
Yeah.
Did we lose out on a Ferrari third place? And of course, I think we did.
We did.
Because it literally took half a lap or one lap before that virtual safety car came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they could
leave
have
it
done
to Ferrari to do that.
Whole different strategy where they didn't have to have him out as long on hard tires, where he was just milking them to the very end.
On positive news, Craig, and something that Leclerc did correctly, he made a baby.
He did make a baby. So the question that I have for you is he going to drive as bravely now?
But
Because he's going to be a daddy.
Well, it depends who you ask. If you ask Hamilton, he would disagree. If you ask me, I think, yeah, absolutely. I think he's gonna, he's got to make a name for himself and do the most for his, for his legacy, right?
So I guess my next question is at what point does he put his child behind the wheel of a machine to drive?
Well, I think as soon as the child,
age 1?
yeah, as soon as the child can like function with like its feet and stuff,
So
put
do
it in
you
a little
think-
go
do you
kart,
think
maybe
as
3
he's-
years old.
Do you think as he's laying on his back in the crib and he's got the mobile above, he has like pedals and like a little
yes,
steering wheel that he can grab
exactly.
hold of? Maybe some different things where he can, measure his eye speed and blink rate.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
know.
with all these AI, tools now, I'm sure there's something, somebody's going to make something that measures little kids' eyes to
Right.
see the future performance levels based off of how quickly they blink.
Yeah, I mean that's not weird, is it? No, no, of course not.
Man, you never know.
Yeah,
I mean, racing is in that family's blood. So
yeah, it is. I mean,
we shall see.
mm-hmm.
In other news, Craig, is McLaren back?
I think that they are. Now, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
I mean, they're back. The last two races. Landon Norris, he's won.
All right. So is it a McLaren that's back, or is it a Lando effect?
I think it's a McLaren because Piastri's been there too. Now Piastri has had a few little incidents. I mean, he did get to meet Carlos Sainz in one of the races, but he's also he's been there. So,
yeah.
But interesting enough, so they have the Mercedes engine, but yet here they are beating Mercedes and running away with Mercedes
in the last couple of races. Yeah.
Yeah. So why is that?
Well, I'm assuming it's something in their chassis, something mechanical. It has to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you know that we don't know,
So
Craig?
one of the interesting things is their gearbox. They've geared their gearbox differently. So Mercedes provides the engine. McLaren actually creates their own inbox.
Okay.
Maybe they do that too. I don't know. But they create their own gearbox, and some of the other teams don't do that. Like Williams, they don't. So the gearbox ratio that McLaren has is a shorter ratio than what Mercedes has. What does that mean? That means that when they're coming out of some of the slower corners, they can accelerate faster. When they're starting, from a standstill, they start faster. So they have more torque. Now, what it also means is on the straights, on long straights, they run out of gear before Mercedes does.
Right. So they lose on the straights.
Right. So when I say they're back, okay, yeah, on a twisty, turny track like Zandvoort, yeah, they're going to do well. How are they going to do in Monza, though? And that's going to be a real test to see what they do. Now, all of the teams have like this little wild card where they can go in and they can adjust their gearbox. And I think that Estella earlier they decided not to do that, so they still have that option, I believe. But if they do adjust it, then that's where things get kind of interesting there. So are they back for some of if it's a long straight? We may not see that, so they may not perform quite as well at Monza, but overall, yeah, I think they are.
Wow. Well, we'll see. It seems like every race, it's always something new, someone kind of taking the lead, and it's like, is it going to be Antonelli? Is it going to be Lando, Russell? Who is it, right? So it's nice to see that there's a little bit of a shift in the front of the grid, too, that it's not consistently this one driver all the time.
Right, yeah. At the beginning of the year, we're like, okay, is this going to be Mercedes every single weekend?
And it felt like that for a couple of races.
Kind of was. And then, with Ferrari backing them up. Now, Ferrari's still a decent amount of points ahead of McLaren, but McLaren's closing in on them.
Yeah. Now there's let's talk
quietly. Yeah.
Since we're on the topic of Mercedes, and unless there's something else you wanted, on the topic of Mercedes, I think there's a stark contrast between their teamwork and their strategy, and then that of Ferrari. So
totally, yeah.
On Mercedes' side, what you saw was teamwork at play, and what happened a double podium.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Mercedes team orders to invert the cars was the right call in this race?
I do. Kimi Antonelli all day had been faster than Russell, and because of that, I think that was the right call to make. Now, Russell didn't really like it. He questioned it just briefly, but then he went ahead and obeyed Toto. What Toto asks for, he gets.
It's a very difficult thing to try to disobey him, especially with that RoboCop voice.
I mean, how could you? I mean, unless your name's Christian Horner, how can you stand against his voice? It's just like...
Yeah, but he's got that commanding presence of like, hey, we need to do this. And
yes. It was funny listening to him afterwards talking about it. He was like, well, it was the only logical choice. But it really was. And when you look at the timing of it and everything, yeah, okay, if they kept Russell in second and then Kimi behind him, I mean, just in natural race pace, Kimi was going to pass him.
Right.
But it would have caused pressure to where they may have only had one podium anyway, because it would have opened that window for Ferrari to come up and pass one of them. It would have put a lot more pressure on Mercedes to do that. So I believe it was the right call.
I mean, just one more lap or so, and for sure, I think Hamilton would have probably caught Russell there. But
yeah,
do I? Yeah, only because I prefer to see Antonelli ahead of Russell.
Don't we all?
Is it the right thing? I think even if it's to save face, I think Russell did the right thing to at least try to fight it just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. You want a competitive driver.
Of course. And I think if he had just, not said anything and did the right, quote unquote, right thing, I think it would have been a little bit like disappointing for everybody who follows him and is his fan. But overall, yeah, I think it's the right team game. And of course, Antonelli is in the lead of the championship. So of course you want to give the most amount of points to the person who is likely to win the championship. It's a logical call, as Toto said.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, even regardless of who's ahead in the championship fight, I think really it's more like a team thing there. Like, if he doesn't let Antonelli go, it does open the door with Ferrari pushing on their back door the rest of the race, and probably passing one of them, probably coming in, getting third, maybe splitting them. So a big decrease in points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Max Verstappen this weekend had a very disappointing race. It was. Yes.
It's like a funeral song.
It is. It is a little bit now, because obviously it's the last race at Zandvoort for the future,
right?
And he was one lap in, and he crashed out in what would be a very massive shunt. Was that something that could have been avoided, or was that just it was meant to be this way?
Oh man, I think ultimately it was meant to be, but it also it looked like he just got a little bit too much on the paint on that inside line.
Got a little carried away.
A little bit too wet. And next thing you know, he's. Yeah,
it was so unusual for me to see him do or have an unforced error, because he really wasn't being pushed by anyone.
Yeah.
A couple of corners back, it was Lawson that, they were kind of touching.
Yeah, but
but this looked like he was just trying to take more of the track that then was available for him. So I thought it probably could have been avoided.
I think it could have been, yeah.
Kind of same thing happened to Bartoletto. Just a couple
feet back. A few hundred feet back. He's spinning too. Yeah. It's so weird to see that. Like when it comes around, and because of the camera angle and everything, and because of who is involved, everybody's watching Max Verstappen and seeing his car come to a complete stop, wheels off and everything. But then behind him, you see, like on the replays, you see Gabby Bortoletto, and he does like a 360. There's smoke going everywhere. Craziness ensued.
That was craziness.
Because
I actually thought that was because of Max Verstappen.
Right.
It really wasn't.
Right. Totally independent. And it was totally unforced. He hit a slick spot, lost control, spun on the track. Fortunately, he didn't hit the wall. But fortunately, too,
Hulkenberg didn't T-bone him.
I know, because he sends up so much smoke, you can't see through it. And they show Hulkenberg's, his camera angle. And as he's coming, he kind of shifts like he's going to go low, and then he decides to go high, which is fortunate because it's on an embanked curve. And so he just barely misses him. Like,
Barely.
it's so close. I have no idea how he didn't touch Bortoletto's car. It was amazing that he didn't touch him and that he made it through unscathed. Crazy. And he ended up scoring points for the day, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Amazing.
Bortoletto, yeah, man, I felt for him.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, going back to Max, though.
Right.
Max did also this weekend, within this week, extend his contract to 2030.
Right.
Something Zandvoort didn't do.
Yes, that's true. Yes, something Zandvoort didn't do. But Max, as
But he
usual,
did.
does the things that no one else can.
Do you think that he made the right call to stay with Red Bull?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was going to have to repaint his plane if he went to another team.
That's right.
It's too much. That's too much to ask of any driver.
It was more of an administrative thing. Like, it's just too much hassle.
It's too much paperwork. Yeah.
It's like changing your internet provider. Like,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's why. But no, I mean, he said it's like his second family, and that there's some pretty cool posts out there that were funny about him and signing and everything. There's one with Menkes, and he's like, he's like, Max, this just doesn't look right. And he shows the screen. It's like Max resigns, RESIGNS, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well, and Max looks over and he goes, oh, you left out a hyphen. And so he puts the hyphen in between re and signs. So yeah, good stuff for him coming back. But man, it's like the contract curse. Somebody signs a new contract.
It happens all the time.
Bad luck stuff happens. Like you saw it with Leclerc earlier. Colapinto. Saw it today with the Williams drivers. Both of them running into each other.
It's almost meant to happen.
Uh-huh.
You sign a contract and immediately you're going to crash.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Outside of that, and before we get to Monza, let's talk about Cadillac F1.
Oh, they had some interesting stuff going on there.
Yeah, they did. Apparently, they let go of their manager, and they brought in a new one, Marcin Budkowski.
Sure.
I think that's how you say it.
I think that is. But if I'm reading it, I would probably say it that way, but I'm not really sure.
And they did it during the summer break, which is, of course, a nice way to like avoid a lot of attention. But it does spark a lot of interesting questions about that team. Like, were they doing too much? Were they doing too little? Were the goals not being met? Was it politics? Like, what was it, right? But it seems to have been all over the place. So,
right,
I guess the internet's saying. And one of the interesting things that Budkowski mentioned and pointed out was that the car is more of like a prototype, that it's missing the DNA of those people that typically know how to build cars. So I guess there's issues with car quality, materials. I mean, we are talking the whole gambit sort of thing. And, it kind of, it's like, okay, this is a new chapter, but is it also a chapter maybe we're rewriting?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So very interesting there. I wonder what that means for the driver lineup in the future, and what the future looks like really for Cadillac.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions around Cadillac. Like there were rumors too, like at the beginning of the year, of the team being overworked and not used to working so many hours.
Right.
There were a lot of things, and it made me question, like, okay, why are they being overworked? Why are they pushing them like this when the other teams aren't? Okay, maybe it's to get up to speed. They want to be sure everything's done right. Yeah, okay. But at the end of the day, like, that's one of the questions, and one of the speculations that people had is like, hey, their previous guy, he wasn't as technically sound.
That's right.
As the new guy coming in is. And, when you talk about what you just mentioned, Cadillac was always having like some brake failure or some part fall off the car. I mean, I remember.
It's
like,
this cascade.
Perez had like a mirror fly off one time going on a straight without any bump. Like, just weird stuff like that. That's like, okay, well, where's the quality in this? Like, the car should stay together unless it's like
usually
ran into somebody.
At the F1 level for sure.
Right.
That's a must.
Yes, the
Very
pinnacle of motorsports.
The pinnacle, right?
Yes,
there are standards to be held.
There are standards of excellence that need to be held.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going into Monza, and what are your predictions for that?
So my predictions for Monza's a little bit different track than Zandvoort. So Mercedes, McLaren, we already mentioned like the small gearbox or smaller gearbox with McLaren. I don't think we're going to see them as good in Monza. I think that we're going to see either Mercedes or Ferrari. So Ferrari's coming with an engine upgrade. As they're adjusting their turbo, so it should have about 30 extra horsepower. Monza, you need a lot of speed in this temple. And so
This cathedral.
Yes, this cathedral, yes. Well, it is called the Temple of Speed. With Mercedes, one of the rumors is that they're going to bring in their first engine upgrade.
Oh, wow.
So if they do that here, then they've had some different upgrades. So if they bring an upgrade here, they're going to be penalized. They'll have a penalty for both drivers. However, if it's top speed and they have the fastest car, that'll negate that really
offset
quick.
It, yeah, for
it'll
sure.
offset it quick. So I still think that we're going to see Kimi Antonelli winning the race.
Okay.
I think Russell's going to be on the podium, but I'm going to pull for Ferrari to not be Ferrari.
Okay.
So I'm going to have Antonelli first. I'm going to have Hamilton second, and I'm going to have Russell third.
Okay. I am going to have Antonelli, Hamilton, Leclerc.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
You okay with that, Craig?
I'm okay with that. I would love to see both Ferraris on the podium, especially there.
It's got
their home race.
Yeah, it's their home race.
The Tifosi
We got to
have
give it
been
to them.
so faithful for so long. They deserve this.
They deserve it.
You'd have honestly, if you could predict a better podium for the Tifosi, to have an Italian on the podium and to have both of their drivers for Ferrari
That's
on
right.
the podium. I mean,
That's right.
the only other prediction would be if the Ferrari drivers came in 1-2. And then you had Antonelli.
Yeah, but that would be nice. I just think it's not attainable.
No. I don't think so either. Yeah,
Well,
good
very
times,
good.
man.
Very good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's tell our audience what to do here, Craig.
Yes. So we're going to tell you what to do. No, we're going to ask you, please, and thank you. No, please like and subscribe, follow, comment. Helps everything go along. Share with your friend. Share with your other account. Whatever works for you. But please do so. We love it. Helps us out. And and with everything, guys, wherever you go, live passionately, my friends. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.